Oh, yeah, I'm here. How's it going, everybody? I am the Zabin, and today I am going. Oh, I'm gonna talk like that. Well, I don't know. I'm going through the item shop today. As usual, we like to give our thoughts and opinions on everything that's in the item shop, and of course, separating the feature from the daily. Except special offers is a thing for some reason. I don't know why. I think they just have, since these are new, they want this to be like the summer skins. They're putting it as special offer, and seeing how we kind of already went through these already, I feel like I'm not gonna do that again. So I'm gonna just explicitly or exclusively, whichever is the right terminology here, just go through the daily and the feature. Now, I think there's a couple things here personally that I want, but then the rest are kind of just like, you know. But we are saving V-Bucks, and that'll be explained, I don't know, in like days from now, I bet. But anywho, let's go ahead. We're going to start off with the feature, starting with little Vertex here, who I still think is a very overpriced skin. 2,000 V-Bucks, honestly, too dang much for this, because why would you want to pay 2,000 V-Bucks for this? It would have been cool if he had some alternate colors. I've always been saying that about a lot of skins. Instead of just keeping them as separates, just give it another color. Just save everybody some time. It could be, I don't know, anything. What's the opposite of orange? Like green, purple, something like that? I don't know. Just give it something else. Heck, you could have gave probably more like styles for the helmet, perhaps? Maybe the arms? You know, give some more, because I wouldn't want to pay. This to me would be like a 1,200 skin. Just saying. The fact that it's 2,000 is absurd. At least his axe is not like insane. It's at least 800, which I feel like is fine. I could have used the same treatment, used different colors, maybe have some type of alternate style. This could follow the treatment of being, you know, the pickaxes for the season, where you could either have it as one big one or two small ones. I feel like this, in a way, if there was two smaller ones, I could definitely see it happening. So, I don't know. It's just not all of that. I've definitely seen way better pickaxes. Heck, I feel like some of the ones that are in the Battle Pass right now are much better than this one, to be honest. I will say this, though, I actually do like the glider. I mean, something about the design of it, the shape of it, for some reason, I just really like. The color isn't that bad. I mean, again, you know, it didn't need to be orange. This, what do you call it, streaks of heat and all that? Perfect. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I can't really say anything else for this. So, yeah. Hold on, somebody is sending me a text right now. There we go. There you go. Jeez, I'm having like a text war with somebody right now at the same time, so this is kind of horrible timing. But we're going to try to continue moving on. Let's try not to get too distracted here. So, Jelly being the next one. Now, this one is pretty Jelly-like. I mean, when you use the skin, I mean, I've only seen it once, personally. I've never used it, but I've seen it once where he does, well, Jelly. He's Jelly. He moves around like it. It's pretty funny, I think, in my opinion. So, he's not a bad-looking skin. By all means, I think he's kind of like a funny-looking one. And I always like the comedy-looking ones. The thing is, I am a little disappointed, is that his back bling gets alternate styles. So he has like a turtle shell, which is pretty cool. I like that. And it comes in different colors. Like, right, as you see, the default is just like this bling. Like, the edges of the shell are like gray. It's orange. It has purple. And then there's an alternate style to that where it sort of matches his skin, where the top is this light blue, and then the bottom is this purple. And then he also gets a green variant, which is, well, just the same thing but green, right, instead of the orange. So I feel like maybe it would have been interesting to see if they could have done another color gradient with this, but maybe chose different colors instead of just the pink, purple, blue. You know, try other different gradients. I mean, I could definitely see like orange, green, and I don't know, maybe purple could stay, but you know, like it would have been so cool to see some type of alternate color to the character, you know? I think that just would have been great. So Scampy, I don't even know exactly what this is. It just says fresh and floppy, part of the fish food set. I don't exactly know what this is. I guess you could say this is a sea slug, and it gets the same treatment as a skin, where I'm hoping you guys can notice. But yeah, it's kind of hard to tell here, but hitting it? No, okay, I thought hitting it would have worked. But they're also floppy, just like the skin. So when you're running around and stuff, you would see these things sort of move around a little bit, which I think is a nice little, like, touch, you know? They didn't really have to do all that, but I like that. Just the little things like that sort of sell it to me a little more. Ruby. Now, I wish I could say the same thing for this. I wish that it came in alternate styles. I think if they came, like, if the name was different, like Robert. I mean, I don't know what they could have named their. They could have named their something. This could have been a skin with maybe a couple alternate styles. Like it could have been red, blue, green, and that's it. Maybe they could have done like some other color, not just those. But who knows? Maybe sometime in the future, maybe this be noticed, and maybe they'll be, instead of just, you know, or maybe they'll use different characters in general, but do something similar where the character's name is like the theme of the whole thing. So rubies are red. They're gonna come out with a skin that says sapphire, and it's like a different female with blue, and then there's probably like emerald, and it's a guy in green, and you know, kind of so on and so forth. I think that'd be pretty cool, right? But it's not too bad. I mean, literally everything's just red. Like the what do you call this? Sweater. There you go. The sweater is kind of like somewhat of a camo, different types of red. It's got some stripes on it. Pants is very obviously athletic wear. Stripes, I'm surprised they didn't just match the two, but it's red. Dark red, or like a maroon, I guess. That's probably what the darker color is called. Back bling matches the sweater, and we have somebody at the door. Hold on 1 second, because I'm betting it's my dog. Alright. I don't know why I said it like that. But moving on, we do have the pickaxe, which is, I think, a fair price, 500 V-Bucks. It's an interesting look. It still goes along with the stripes and whatnot. I think it's interesting. I don't know if I want to say it's like one of the worst. Maybe it is in comparison to a few. But I feel like this could... I mean, this one, if you want to be honest, I think is probably better than the orange one. I don't know, something about it. Maybe it's the shape. But I think this one isn't too bad. And then I think the glider is the last thing on this. Yes, it is. I mean, if anything, it fits. It's like a, what do you call this? Like a paragliding glider, you know, because there's different kinds apparently. I don't know if that's true, but that's what it looks like. Like, you know, you're on a thing, fly off. Pretty sure that's called paragliding. I could be wrong, but it looks nice, honestly. I'm surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of surprised they didn't make more of these. I feel like you can design this any way you want, and it would work, and it could sell. But they really haven't. So I'm kind of surprised. Again, they can always make more versions. Get a a sapphire, that one's ruby, you know, and just keep it going from there. Gems as these 1,200 skins. I think that could work. All right, I gotta take a sip. But we're gonna go off with our daily. All they had to do, in my opinion, I'd say 1,200, is give it a back bling that is like the Lucha Championship belt. All right, I'm a fan of pro wrestling, right? I love the luchadors and everything. All they had to do was replace, give this back bling a championship belt, and that's it. And, because when men tag wins, gets a belt. Now, I'd say that because in, professional wrestling, there's sometimes the company's belt, the state champion, right? Well, most of the time it's like the United States over here. I don't know if it's different in different parts of the world, but here it would be the United States Championship belt, and then you got one that's supposed to be intercontinental, and it's so on and so forth. So it would have been interesting to see if they could have just simply made a back bling that was a championship belt, put it on her back, call it a day, because that's all it really needs. No internet, we are not insufficient. We are doing perfect. Now, this one isn't too bad. I think this is one of the defaults. I mean, I couldn't tell with his freaking face covered, but not bad. I mean, if you really like sort of the desert camo and stuff and whatnot, I feel like what sells it the most in terms of the look is definitely like the face mask thing going on. I mean, I don't know about all this. I think they could have just wrapped it around and then kept the mohawk just only on the top, kind of like how I typically do when I get a haircut. But other than that, it's okay. It's just somebody in the desert. I feel like with most of these 800 V-Bucks skins, you're not really going to be impressed with most of the look half the time, but by all means, you know, if it's something you like, by all means, always go for it. That's just one I feel like I really wouldn't. The Lucky Pickaxe from Season 1. Now, I'm surprised I even have this, because why would I want this? I, like, question myself, like, man, I wish I could get my 500 V-Bucks back, because why did I buy this? It's literally just a simple, basic... This is the default pickaxe, and all he did was just put this little smiley face on it, and that's it. But... Oh, and then, of course, it hits the flat side. So, I mean, by all means, if that's just your thing... and you like this, go for it. I mean, it definitely fits a couple skins, defaults, and anything that matches just this design right here. Works perfectly. And lastly, we have 3 emotes. Now, this one I knew was going to come out. I just didn't know it was going to come out today. But we're going to start off with the one that we have, which is Showstopper. Alright, now this one I actually wanted for a while. I remember I missed it in Season 6, and I had to wait, I don't know if it was later that season or the next season. Whenever it came back again, I was ready to buy it. I was like, there it is, buy. Because I wanted it. This is an emote that still to this day I do use. I just gotta find it sometimes. And since it was blue, we're gonna go on to the next blue, which is Strut. I mean, it's a traversal emote. Now, I do kind of like traversal emotes. I feel like some could be easier to do than others. Some are hard. Some emotes, they already released and they could be traversal, but they just don't have it as that. You know, for example, the one where you're constantly doing backflips, that could have easily been, you know, a traversal emote, but instead, it's not. I don't know if that has any value to anything, but... I guess it just is what it is. This you can already tell is going to be a slow emote. When you walk, like, it's going to be that slow. Like, you're barely going to be moving. But at least it won't be too bad. Because it'll be nice. So you have good music going along with it. And again, like I said, this was one that I knew was going to come out. I just didn't know it was going to come out today. See, literally you're just playing hacky sack? I think that's what it's called. Hacky sack. But anywho, point is... For a 200 V-Buck emote, I mean, it goes. It doesn't just, like, flip it a couple times, stops, you know. Sometimes I hate the emotes like that, but sometimes those are, like, perfect when you want troll emotes. This is one, I mean, I don't know if you could say, maybe it is like a troll emote, but very well, it just seems like a very, like, how you say it, more of like a fun, social sort of emote going on here. And like I said, special offers I'm not going to go through because we've already gone through those. But just know that between these two, I do prefer Star Flare over Surf Witch. Just saying. Now with that said, this is the final verdict section. So we're going to go ahead and separate again the feature from the daily here. Ooh. See, I think for me personally, I don't really like these skins enough to really just like buy them. I feel like the orange guy here, I already forgot his name. Was it like Vortex or something like that? What was his name? Come on. Yeah, Vertex. I was close. He's just very overpriced. 2,000 for that skin is just doesn't make sense to me. I don't really like that. But these two skins, Jelly and Ruby, at least makes sense. For 1,200, you're getting a skin, a back bling, and at least they look nice. So I think, personally, I want to put Jelly at number 1, because he's more of a goofy character. You know, if you're doing the right emote, and you're like shaking his little butt around, you know, it can make you laugh. Ruby would come in second, just because it's at least a nice looking character. Vertex, he looks okay. I want to say cool, but not really. He's not that cool looking. But 2,000, again, just for the proofs, like, he's just way too overpriced. Although, for their gliders, I definitely do have to give it to Vertex, because his does look cool, and it has that effect of, like, something from space, you know, breaking aerospace and then coming down into the Fortnite battle. Ellie's gonna win number 1, just because I like that it's, like, these little, like, eels or whatever. Slicer here second, and Razor Edge for third. For the daily. Now, I'm not gonna lie, there is some biasness to us, but even without the biasness, well, actually, even with the biasness, it sort of balances out, because for me personally, Dynamo is a much better skin than Armadillo. And the reasoning why I'm saying that, because for one, it just looks really good. There's a lot of, like, colors to it. It's the, you know, the traditional lucha, not, I want to say traditional lucha colors, but, like, in traditional lucha fashion, at least more so, I guess, like, back in the day, not really too much now. You know, they had, like, all this flair and color and sparkle and stuff, and it was just like, yeah, like, this is the guy, you know? But, like, nowadays, I feel like when you see, like, lucha, it's not really the same anymore. I don't know. Am I the only one? Maybe I watch too much of one programming. But I'm someone who's a fan of wrestling and lucha and all that, so this, to me, is like a skin that's worth getting. But also at the same time, what I feel like contradicts it is that this, I don't know if it changed anymore or if it still is, but this skin has been referred to as one of the top 10 most tryhard skins, and I don't really want people just to look at me and be like, oh, this guy's a tryhard or anything like that, because I'm not really that type of person. I just play more just, you know, for the enjoyment, have fun with friends, give you guys content. So I feel like, you know, this is a skin that I would love to have, but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, I don't know. I don't want people to be, like, looking at me and associate, like, oh, he's a tryhard because he has this skin, you know? Just because I like the way it looks. And again, it just looks a lot better than Armadillo. I don't know why it's at this angle, but I like it. Because with him, it's just this sand color, and that's really it. There's nothing much else aside from just, hey, look, I'm wearing tan and whatever. He just doesn't stand out in any way as much as Dynamo does, and she looks a lot better, like a billion times better. The Lucky Pickaxe, that's just really up to you. Personally, when I first got it, I probably thought, like, oh yeah, this will be cool and fun, but then now I'm just kind of like, why did I get that? You know, like, it's not really much, but it goes with default skins sometimes, or just whatever skin in general. And now lastly, the daily. Now I feel like this, to me personally, isn't too hard to even, you know, say the order of what's the best to worst. Because, for one, I do like all these emotes. They're not even that bad. I just don't have 2 of them. So for me, definitely Showstopper would be number 1. Just because, I don't know, something about the dance and the song I really like. Strut would be second because the music I really like. The motion isn't too bad. It's just, what I kind of hate about it is it's pretty slow. The music, again, I really like. So I feel like that kind of just makes me forget about how slow the skin is. And could be something used a lot in Battle Royale when there's not a lot of action going on and we're kind of, you know, in the beginning. Or mostly in Party Royale where nobody's really going to shoot me. And then lastly, Sakin. Again, this one I just see as one of those skins that, or not skins, sorry, one of those emotes that a lot of people would use in terms of just, you know, being social, going to like Party Royale or something. Maybe you can use it as a troll emote. I really don't see it as that. I kind of just see it as like, hey, you know, this is what you do with your friends or whatever. Or if you're trying to pass the time in Battle Royale, whichever, honestly. And again, these two, the Bright Burn, what is it called? Starflare, there you go. Starflare over Surf Witch, and then of course she has a pickaxe and this one has a wrap, so I really can't compare the two, but again, everything with Starflare. So that is it for today. I'm hoping you guys enjoyed them because I love to go through the item shop and everything. So thank you so much for watching. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe. We're currently at 100 subscribers. Get us to like 1,000, please. That's gonna be our next goal. Is gonna have to be 200 at this point, but do hit that subscribe button. And we do have another channel. It is called The Zabin Project. So if you guys would like to go ahead and check out that other channel where I do put up my edited videos, please do and subscribe over there. It only has 33 subs, which is a little disappointing. So if we could get to 1,000 on that, that would be fantastic. Down below in the description, we do have 2 links. One of them is our Cash App donations link, so if you would like to donate, we are accepting through Cash App. And of course, if you don't have any funding, you could always do that thing where you invite a bunch of people, you get the $5 for free, and you can always send that. Aside from that, the second link that we have in there is our Discord link. So if you would like to, you know, sort of be part of this, I guess, sub-community for the channel, or I guess a community in general, if you want to be a part of our little community, by all means, please do. I try to be on there as much as I can. Sometimes I'm just busy and whatnot. Sometimes I'm just streaming. So, anywho, with that said, do join. It'd be awesome to chat with you guys. And plus, you guys can always leave suggestions and whatnot for next videos. So, anywho, that said, again, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Please, as always, stay healthy.